I guess we'll start. Welcome to the first episode of the Smash Talk Show, where I interview mid to high level players on different stuff about their Smash careers and whatnot. So,
Yeah.
would you like to start off with your tag and name, and like introduce yourself, like where you're from, how long you've been competing, and all that?
Hello. My name is Tim. My tag is Tim Ward Baby. I'm from Prince George, British Columbia, the greatest city on earth. I've been competing for about since I was 13, so about 6 years now. I've been playing Melee, Smash 4, PM, now Ultimate, and here we are.
Nice, nice. Also, if you don't mind talking about this, because I already know this, but
Yeah.
what is the history behind your tags?
The history behind my tag. Classic. That's actually a really good question. Um. Man, I hate that you asked me that a little bit.
It's one of my prepared questions.
Um, so my first take when I started out was like, I think it was Half Blood Prince, and like at the time, I thought it sounded really cool. I think somebody like called me that, and I was like, man, that sounds really dope. I was like 14, and I played Marth, and I was like, well, Marth is a prince, like like I don't know, it sounds dope. I played Red Marth, and I don't know, and then I switched it. I grew up a little bit. I was like, man, Rockhawk, that's a cool tag. That's my favorite character from Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. Not very cool. That was probably the lamest tag I've had. I'd actually almost rather go back to Half Blood Prince than Rockhawk, because it was how my tag was capital R A W and then capital K space capital H A W capital K, and it was one word, and it was one word, and it was really ugly and really annoying to just like have to like write down and talk all the time. Um, we're gonna skip over one of the tags.
I got you. I figured.
Um, we'll just leave it at that. And then I went to 4. Um, the tag that I skipped over, by the way, has previously been. It was like a tag that I had used for like 2 to 3 years, like most of like what people knew me as in Smash. So I got bored of it, and it was a pretty dumb, stupid tag that I really didn't enjoy, and it was pretty cringe. And Deadwatch gave you a posture check.
Yeah, I saw.
How's your posture doing right now?
I don't know. My back's fucking
Sitting.
shit. But
Yeah, I feel like I'm always leaning over in this chair, but like we'll try a little bit harder here.
Also, isn't Half Blood Prince a fucking Harry Potter book?
I think it's a reference. I don't know what to. I have no idea. I think somebody referenced it to me, and like that's how like somebody. Yeah, yeah. Look it up, please.
Harry Potter and the
Yeah.
Half Blood Prince.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Somebody referenced that. I don't know where the
Thank
fuck.
you guys
and
for
then
the follows.
I was like, yeah, like whatever, like let's go with that. So then I switched my tag to Vor. It was V0RE, and that was probably my favorite tag of all time. It had no meaning, it had no context. I went, hey guys, wouldn't it be funny if I switched my tag to Vor? And everyone was like, that's hilarious. And I went, yeah, okay. So then it was just Vor for like the longest time, and then I kept like people were like, "Oh, Vor, like who are you?" Like I don't know who you are, and I was like Tim Wood, and I just kept saying it, and then eventually I was like, "Man, like I should just call myself Tim Ward Baby." Like I just like everyone knows my name, and everyone who fucking like doesn't know me now knows my name, and like I don't know, I just like Tim Ward Baby, it just sounded right in my head. I really didn't want to change it off War, but Tim Ward Baby sounded right in my head, so I went off and did it.
I kind of like that, honestly. I've been debating for like months now if I should change my tag. Because
What are you
honestly,
thinking?
I'm thinking
What are
Dylan
you
P.
thinking?
I'm thinking Dylan P.
I don't think I think what's your full last name? Can you dox yourself for a second?
Yeah, Posod, Posod.
Really?
Yeah,
You should just make it that. You should just
just
do the
Posad.
full name thing. No, the full name.
Maybe I don't
That's
know. I just
dope.
I just don't
That's
like
dope.
how I don't like how
Too
Dylan
many
Posad
people.
sounds.
I think you could just make it your last name. I think your last name's dope enough.
I think
But
the last name by itself is really fucking cool, but I couldn't imagine doing like first and
I
last.
think I think doing first name last letter. That's not the way.
Okay, okay.
I think a lot of people do that, and that's not. I don't know. I don't agree with that.
I
Okay.
respect it. I respect it. I was gonna ask another question, but I guess we can start with what got you into Smash Bros? Like, walk me through it.
I was like a 13-year-old kid. At this time, I
Oh, sorry. I remember what I was gonna say. I was gonna say,
okay, yeah, go
everyone
for
in
it.
chat, sorry if I'm not responding to chat. I'm just trying to get this interview through, and then when we're done with the interview, I'll look at chat and we'll like go through like questions you guys have for Tim, and we'll go through. I'll communicate with you guys. I promise. I'm just trying to focus on the interview while I do this. All right, sorry. Keep going.
Okay, so Smash. So I was like a 13-year-old kid, and I think like at the time, all I did was play on my Wii. I had a Wii, and I played like a couple games. I played like Need for Speed Undercover. I played, well, I don't know, some just random game. I've had like The Blob, like
Dude, the blob was lit though, bro.
The Blob is fire. The Blob is fire. I almost like thought the other day, I was like, man, does that game even exist? Like I've never even heard of that game like since like I played it on the Wii. And it was just a really weird like fallacy to like remember.
Dude, you can still buy the
Um
blob 2 on Xbox 360. You can buy it on Xbox
really?
Live. Yeah, I bought it on I bought it on Brody's Xbox. I bought it on his 360. You can still play
I think I saw The Blob at Walmart actually. The Blob and The Blob 2. And I don't know, it might be a good get. No, but like I really didn't do anything at all. I had like two friends, um Devin being the one friend that's important to this story. I had bullied this kid in grade 6, right? First time I met him, I bullied him because he was like short.
it.
And I just bullied him,
Close
bullied him, bullied
character.
him, bullied him, and we ended up getting into trouble together, like at school because like I would bully him, and then we started wrestling over like this bullying thing because he was like mad at me and he just like tried to beat the shit out of me. Um, and then I. The teacher made us walk around the school like as like a detentionary like thing. They made us walk around the school together, and we had to like walk together and be friends and just like like make up for like why we were like hating each other so much. And we ended up finding out that we really loved Pokemon together. Like we both like I didn't think I was ever gonna like this kid. I didn't know who this guy was. Like I didn't know like where he came from, but like we ended up like bonding over Pokemon, and then we became friends. And then like a year later, he was like, he introduced me to this PM tournament that he invited me to, hosted by GameQuest. GameQuest being Prince George's national gaming venue. Shout out to them. They've hosted everything for like the past like 6 years. But yeah,
Scam Quest.
so they they hosted this PM tournament that we went to that most of the people in the scene that I know and now like all the PG vets that have been in the scene for like quite a long time actually are like I met all there, and I played in this PM tournament, right? And I played Lucario. It was the first character I played. I played Lucario, and I went 0-2, and I got one hit. I got one hit on one person, and I was like, this is the dopest thing of all time. Like it's just so cool. Just like this tournament, like everyone cheered me on for that one hit. I guarantee, if people weren't excited by the fact that I got one hit on that guy, just like one like Lucario Forte or whatever it was, if nobody cheered on that, I probably would never have came back. But like
I
that
wouldn't be
excitement
talking to you today,
alone,
bro. Like,
I seriously, that excitement alone was like enough for me. And then me and Devin started watching Evo, and we started, the whole Spyro. I watched the doc when I was like 14, 15. Like it was all of it. And then I found the scene. We started going to a couple of Melee tournaments, and I became a Melee player. I became a Jigglypuff Melee player. Bad, bad, very bad. I was like one of the worst. I could actually, after this interview, I'll stream to you a match of me back in the day.
Okay. I'm excited.
Yeah. So that's how it started, basically.
All right, and then what was I gonna ask? Oh yeah, how did you pick your mains? Like, what got you interested in
Oh my
them?
god. Oh, whew.
Dude, it's either dude. Every time I ask someone this,
This is a loaded question for me. I think because unlike I think most people who go like, I like the game, or like they're like I like, I don't know, Yoshi's Island. That's why I play Yoshi or whatever. you know, like, or they're like, I don't know, the character just fits. I play like, okay, we'll get to Charizard later, but Charizard is like, it's like so much more than just a character at this point. Like, to the point where like we'll get to that later. Okay, so we'll start with Melee. We'll start with Melee. My main in Melee, and my true and honest main, is definitely Puff. Like, I played Puff when I played Marth when I started the game, and I switched to Puff for like 2 years when I was like a just a shitter. I was playing Puff only. And then I switched to Falco, and I played Falco for another 2 years, and I'm pretty good at Falco, and I'm now just going back to Puff, and I just like Puff. I don't know. I like Puff because she's easy in the game, but also at the same time, like, she's really fun, pretty cool combos, easy kills. I don't know. Anyways, what's next? I don't know.
did you
I play
play some Marth?
Samus. I play Samus in 64. Does that count?
Yeah,
I have a
it
good
counts.
64. I'm like the best 64 player in PG. One of them.
I've
One
never
of the.
I've never touched 64 or Smash in my
Really?
life. In my life, yeah, I've never touched
Do you
it.
know who's good in that game?
Not at all. I had no idea.
Not Samus. I'll tell you.
Oh no, it's Kirby,
Samus is
right?
like,
Kirby's good.
yeah, Kirby's good. It goes Pikachu, Kirby, Falcon, the other one.
Falcon's a top tier in that game.
Yeah, Falcon's really good in that game.
What?
Falcon beats Kirby. Kirby beats Pikachu, and I think Pikachu beats Falcon. It's something like that. Something like that. It's like a trifecta of whatever.
Everyone just mains those three or what?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I play Samus. She's like bottom 2. Bad recovery, bad everything. I don't know. I just thought her back air looked really cool in that game. We'll go to, okay, I guess we'll just start with Charizard. We'll go to Smash Bros. We'll just.
Wait. You said you played Marth, right? You played Marth in Melee.
I did for a long time. I thought Martha's dope.
Marth,
I wouldn't
Marth
say.
is dope, bro.
I think Martha's always cool. It's sus imposter. Whoa, chill out. It's not sus in here. So essentially, Marth is nothing but like cool guy with sword to me. I think. I don't know. I don't see Marth as that cool. I would say I have a bigger connection with Falco. Falco's won me almost every single set I've ever played in Melee. So, like, probably more than Puff, in like a lot of ways. Limerick Pog in chat. Let's go. Oh, it's Limerick Bruh. Sorry.
Wait, Limerick's in chat?
No, it's the Limerick Bruh emoji.
Oh, got you.
I wish Limerick was in chat, man.
Okay, so Bolts, I see you in chat. I'm gonna be responding to chat after the interview. We'll do like chat questions or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. I just want to go to Charizard. I feel like I have this all lined up for Charizard. So Charizard is like, I never in Smash 4 for the first 2 years, or first maybe year, probably not 2. For the first year, I played Puff. I was a Puff player in Smash 4 because I played Puff in Melee, and that was like my main game. Other than that, and I had no idea what to do, and people were like, "Oh, Tim, you should stop playing Puff. Like, like." You're gonna lose, whatever. And I'm like, no, like, you guys don't get it. Like I'll be really good with Puff, and I never understood the game at all. Can I can I talk about my getting to good story with Smash 4? I think it kind
No,
of
sorry,
adds in.
we're not talking about Smash Bros today. Sorry, you can't talk about it.
Okay, sorry.
No,
I'll
go
stop.
for it.
Mm,
This isn't a Smash Bros stream. I don't know what you thought it
so
was.
as a kid, when I would go to school, my bus ride from home to school would be a solid like 30-40 minutes. And on the bus, I would just sit and listen to music and like think about Smash. That's like all I would do. Going to high school. And one of the days I went, man, I should really like I just had like an epiphany about how to play the game, and I don't know. Like I went from bad to good. And that's like when like basically my whole career started. I think I would have been a really bad player and nobody would have knew me if I never sat on the bus like on Adderall to go to school because I was an ADHD kid. I was just like sitting on the bus like
Fucking zoned.
wired out, zoned and focused on the bus at like 8 a.m. and like I was just like, yeah, like that's something that like really helped me, and that made me stay, I think, with Charizard. So from Puff to Charizard, I played Charizard in PM, and I didn't play Charizard in PM. I got Charizard randomly in PM, and I played against Devin, who is the kid from the story before.
Yeah.
And I did back throw downer. I did down throw downer. I downered on stage, and I was like, as like a 14-year-old kid who's like super bad at the game, I was like, dude, that's so hype. I'm like, Charizard's my main now. I was like, Charizard's my main. And then I just started playing Charizard in Smash 4, and then it went from like Charizard not being very much to Charizard being like a lot in my life, and like extremely, because nobody else played Charizard. I played Charizard after the buffs. He was way, way, way worse. He was like definitely bottom 5, I think, before the down throw buffs. Before down throw used to be a kill throw, like where he like burns you on the ground.
Yeah.
That used to be a kill throw instead of a combo throw
That was a kill
in
throw.
Smash 4. Yeah, in
That's fucked.
yeah. He didn't have any combo throws. He didn't have anything back then. He had nothing at all. And then I mained him like it was like a month after like the new patch came out, and he had a combo throw. He had auto cancel fair into jab mix ups. He had whatever. He had everything I needed. And then I was like, why don't I just become, the best Charizard player? And I kept the same mentality I had with Puff, right? Where people were like, dude, you should switch characters. Like Charizard's not that good. And I'm like, bro, like seriously, if Sharpie is the best Charizard Smash 4 player. He was in the Dominican Republic. He got like 30th at Genesis 3, I think.
Fuck.
Genesis 3 or 4, with Charizard, who was at the time proceeded to be a bottom 20 character in a game of like 50 characters,
That's
probably like
crazy.
bottom 15. But I was like, well, like my whole mentality is if Sharpie can come to the PG Weekly and beat everybody, then why can't I? You know what I mean? Like, why should I switch off my character if I can't even do what the best player of this character can do? You know what like, there's just no point in switching. I don't know. It makes it easier, I guess. Like, you learn easier. Maybe you play a top tier, you have an easier time. But I think really like, if you play like a mid tier and you want to play mid tier, I just don't see why you should be forced to switch because you're not doing well. Like, obviously, it's harder. That's the character. But at the same time, if you play, I don't know, like Dr. Mario or whatever, DDD, I'm sure a Japanese player could just easily come to your weekly and just like destroy everybody multiple times. It's not even like a matchup thing, right? Like it's just
better.
It's just like you have to, yeah, like, and you have to tap into that. I think is the biggest thing is you have to really truly realize and understand like why you're losing, and try to put yourself on the same plane, because they're not superheroes, right? Like they're just
people. They're
they're
people.
people. They're people, and you think the same as them. same game, you're playing the same thing. You can do exactly what they're doing. It's just like I don't know. Yeah,
It's a,
you
it's
gotta
a,
tap into that stuff.
it's a matter of like adapting and just fixing your own playstyle and just getting better.
Yeah, and that's why I played Charizard like the whole time. And I have a massive love for Charizard, and I had so many. I was like undefeated in Charizard money matches in Smash 4. Everyone tried to Charizard money match, and I just I don't know. Like it was just a lot. Um, I wasn't even the best Charizard in BC. Like there was Tyronia, he was like fifth in BC with Charizard, and he was like the second best Charizard in the world, and it was annoying to me, and I had to beat him, and I was he wouldn't money match me on like the last Smash 4 major I went to, and it was so sad actually. It was very sad that he wouldn't money match me. Um, but yeah, no, I would talk to Sharpiezard every day, and he'd give me tips and stuff, and he's a really really dope, cool guy, and yeah, he did really help a lot, quite a bit. But yeah, no, I tried playing Charizard in Ultimate, and now I just main Lucina because she has a good neutral and she's cool looking. I don't know. She has like I play Lucina because she's good in this game. That's the only reason.
Feel like if I want to bounce back real quick. We were talking
Yeah.
about
Be
with
fair
like
to you can cut me off whenever if you think a question here.
okay. But back to where you talking about how like it comes down to just which player is better a lot of times with matchups. I
Yeah.
feel like offline, I feel like offline, I feel like oh my god, I could be any character with Yoshi. Like it's like
Yeah.
if I just learn what I'm doing wrong, I feel like I could easily make PR in Washington. Like I could
Yeah.
easily like adapt and get there. But with online, it feels like so many matchups just feel impossible with delay. And
Well,
like
yeah, no, I think online's way harder, and it's not. It's people gotta start realizing that online isn't like a personal fault or anyone else's fault. Even I don't even think it's a character's fault, because 90% of the time, the only reason why online matches are harder or matchups are harder, or whatever your excuse is for like losing your match online, it all boils down to the fact that because you are playing a game that is unpredictable and has unpredictable mistakes because it's online, whether it's Wi-Fi, whether it's LAN or I mean wired. I mean, like it's going to be unpredictable. Like you're never gonna know when a leg spike's gonna hit. You're never gonna know your timing on a tech because it's all different. If I play you, my tech timing is gonna be 3 frames like slower than if I play somebody in Kelowna or Vancouver, for example. Like it's not gonna matter at all. You play in a tournament, right? If you play in an online tournament, there's 30 people all from different regions. I'm gonna be playing someone from Alberta. I'll be playing somebody from BC. I'll be playing someone from Oregon, all in the same bracket. Tech timings are gonna be different. Like you can't bum yourself out, I think, about matchups or anything when it just comes down to online. Like it's just not competitively viable.
yeah, like
That
a lot of it
yeah.
is it's like as much as you can try as hard as you want, you can improve. Don't get me wrong. Like you can get better at dealing with online,
Yeah.
but I
See,
think
okay. No, yeah, go ahead.
I think
Sorry.
while you can like improve your fundamentals overall, you're not really practicing for offline. Like you can improve your the way you perceive the game maybe, but I don't think you're improving habits. Like you're gonna have online habits. You're not really improving for offline. A lot of it.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
I think no, I actually don't agree with that. I actually think almost playing online, if you're a player who likes to understand things and you're a player who likes to learn by watching and reading other people's habits, I definitely do think online helps a lot. I think a lot of people go, "Well, I can't punish properly," but like at the same time, right? If online promotes habits more, then that gives you all the more reason to try and read habits more. Whether you don't get the punish or not, you still know what's happening. You're still calling out a habit in your head. And then you learn based around that to either play safe because you don't know if you're going to hit it or not because it's Wi-Fi, or you go for it anyways. And that's fine. That's how punish game works in the game naturally. Like that's just That's just how it works. You either go for it because you're too scared and you don't know how to hit it, or like you're like, oh, I don't know, like I'm not used to the situation, like he's mixing me up, I'm gonna go for it, and then you fuck up, but you know it'll work. I mean, you know it'll work. Like that's how it is. I don't think. Yes, I think there's a lot of mashers out there who you okay, you look at them and you're like, hey, you have a lot of habits that I'm going to try and punish, but sometimes you just can't because it's Wi-Fi. Like Falcon, for example, right? If you side B on shield, do you know how hard it is to punish jab afterwards? It's impossible. It's almost impossible on Wi-Fi. But in the game, like it is possible. It's just a hard timing. Um, like you just can't let things like that affect you. Like if somebody's mashing on Wi-Fi, it's just not your fault, and you shouldn't be like, "Hey, listen, just because I lost to this Falcon who's like worse than me, you're people can." I think this needs to be said for everybody. People can beat you and be worse than you. It's it's a fact of life. I don't know why people go, "Oh, I beat you. Technically, I'm smarter than you." That's just not how that works. You can mash your ass off and people lose. Top players lose to stuff like that all the time. I have a Brian F clip. I don't know if you know who Brian F
I
is.
don't, but keep going.
One of the most influential like Street Fighter like teachers. He's kind of like an advice guy. I recommend looking him up even if you're like a Smash player, because he really shows you like a lot, just like an in-depth look on like your personality and like how to like think and matchups and just general ideas, not so much just about Street Fighter. But he mentioned how I lost train of thought. I'll be honest.
Brian F.
Yeah, keep going. Go back one more.
Uh, Brian F.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah, yeah. He mentioned that top players like himself, he would 10 out of 10 times play a player that is smart, that plays safe, than he would a masher. And he's a pro player, like he's has top wins. And he says, I would rather play against a safe player than a masher, because no matter what, if you're mashing, at some point it's gonna work.
it's unpredictable. I mean,
Yeah, like at some point it's going to work. If you play a player with no brain who's mashing, like they technically can win. It's just a game of random at that
the
point
way
because you
the way I've had this explained
yeah.
to me is, how can you read someone who doesn't even know what they're doing?
Hmm. I mean like exactly. So why, like you yourself are always still learning when you're playing Wi-Fi. I think you always learn, even more so than fundamentally. I think you can learn matchups. Like you're like you cannot tell me that if I played against you in an online tournament, you wouldn't technically go for like at least half of the same shit you'd go for in a real IRL match. Because that's how you play your character. That's just how the character plays. You can still learn, you just can't punish. The only thing you can't do on Wi-Fi is consistently punish. And I think that's why people go, "Oh, this game's unlearnable on online. This game is dog shit online." Because they can't punish things that they themselves think is punishable, and that they think, "Oh, well the game sucks because I can't punish this option even though I knew it was going to happen." Like that's just not how that works. Like sorry, it's online. Like you just got to deal with stuff like that.
Like as much
I
as
shouldn't be
I like that. No, I like the way you're explaining it. It's a fucking real ass mindset. Like as much as it is, oh my god, it sucks. Like it's online, but that
Yeah,
is how it
but
is.
like
You have to deal with it. If you want to play the game, this is what you're dealing with. It is what it is. Like
it's the same thing being bad at the game. You would say the same thing to somebody who's bad playing IRLs anyways. You would look at them and you'd be like, "Okay, well why are you spamming roll?" And they're like, "Oh, well I spam roll because I do this." And you're like, "Okay, well you're bad. The game is going to it's going to work like that because that's how it's going to work." And if you lose to roll, that's how the game's going to work because that's how it works because you're not punishing it. Like you need to just wait and be patient and just calm down and figure your stuff out. Whether or not you can hit it consistently or not, I think you are always mentally learning. Physically is a whole different story. I think you can always like this is you put me on here. You put me on here like a whole thing. I'm like I just need
I
to go
love talking
off
about
on
mindset.
this.
I love talking about mindset. It's
I
so
think like okay. Let's say I don't know, you do like spaced fair with Yoshi, which in my brain on Wi-Fi is probably pretty safe. I don't know if it's completely safe on IRL.
I know I think it's very safe. If you space it really well,
Yes.
it's like
If
almost
you
completely
space
safe.
it and then you jab after, right? Like or nair or whatever the fuck you want because you're Yoshi. Um like it just you know 9 times out of 10, right? You yourself are going to do the option after that works 10 times in a row because on Wi-Fi it's going to work 10 times in a row. Like if you fair their shield and they try to come out with shield with some dumb shit, you're just going to like instant jump nair or like whatever you're going to do, right? You yourself need to mentally understand that they're going to do that just because it's unsafe. Like I'll even go back to the example of Falcon, right? Falcon's side B on shield is unsafe 10 out of 10 times. It is one of the most unsafe moves on shield. But on Wi-Fi, he can jab out of it because I said most unsafe moves in the game, even though I'm lying. It's like I don't know. I think it's like -7 or something. So it's like still pretty hard to like punish.
Yeah.
But
Like on Wi-Fi, it's impossible. Like
in Wi-Fi, oh yeah, on Wi-Fi it's almost impossible because of how delay works and stuff. But like, I know on LAN you want to punish that, and I know you want something to happen and come out of that. But you gotta realize, like, it's not LAN. Like, are you going to tell yourself, hey, there's no point in like learning online. I can't learn online. Or are you going to be like, yeah, he's gonna jab after this, I'm gonna shield, and jab's an easier move to punish once he does all three? Because that's just the truth of it, right? Like when he ends jab, you can easily punish it. If he does jab mix up, you can easily react to it. You can roll back, you can do whatever. You can react to it, right? Or are you gonna sit there and be like, okay, I'm gonna unshield and try to punish this and then get jabbed out of it and then just complain about the game being Wi-Fi because you're not learning? That's not a Wi-Fi thing. That's just you.
that's you being a bum.
Yeah, exactly. That's you not adapting. That's you just sitting there and being like, it was a stupid option.
Like I used to be like that. Like when I would play against Cloud. Like I heard
you'd be
somebody.
like, I want to attack shield, and then
Yeah,
get up.
yeah. Like so many people would be like, oh yeah, Yoshi Cloud is like even at worst, and or at I think at best, like at worst, like -0.5, negative -0.5, -0.1, or -1.
I'll be honest. I think that matchup's probably pretty bad for you, in my opinion.
I think it's -1 at worst. I think it's -1 at worst, honestly. Because I think his recovery is very exploitable. But anyways, I used to hate that fucking matchup, and I'd be like, oh my god, this character is fucking broken online. Yada yada yada. This fucking online sucks. I would literally, you just don't touch his shield. You just can't touch his shield. That is the reality of it. It's just not punishable. You like if you hit his shield, he's gonna up B out. He's gonna up smash out at high percents. Like it's just you have to deal with it. It's part of the matchup. It's part of online.
But do you not punish shield at all? Because I think as Yoshi, you could cross up, right? And that's the kind of stuff that you need to mentally think about online. Like he's going to mash out a shield no matter what, because it's online, and he knows that everyone he touches, like not only that, but he knows online specifically, like, hey, this is gonna work because it works against everyone, right?
Yeah, so that's what I do.
So you just empty hop or empty up cross up, back air. What's he gonna do?
My favorite mix up actually is I'll condition. I'll land on shield with like fair, take the punish a couple times, and then I'll just come in with like neutral B. And by that time they have the shield habit of me coming at them in the air. Dude, I get so many good punishes off of that. It's ridiculous. Like people just don't know how to deal with neutral B a lot of times, and it's super good on Wi-Fi.
Well, neutral B is actually I mean it's definitely one of Yoshi's
best moves, honestly.
Best moves, yeah. I used to be a Yoshi man actually at the start of all. I don't know if you knew that.
Really, I did not know that.
Do you know second hit back air pop up into up smash? Like landing back air.
First hit back air, and a turnaround up smash.
Yeah.
Second hit.
Created that.
No way.
Yeah.
Bro, I use that in like literally every match. Like
Yeah, I
it's
can go. It's on my Twitter. I could. I'll send it to you afterwards. But yeah, I created that. I invented that into the game. I mean, it wasn't in. Yes,
we can
please.
say for
Yes,
sure
please, Axe.
we can say for sure that you didn't see anyone else do it. You found it.
Yeah, I found it. Yeah,
The
definitely.
person that showed me
Um,
was Earth, the Yoshi main, and he's considered like one of the best Yoshi mains in Washington. He was the one I played
yeah.
him.
I mean, I wouldn't say I popularized it. I would say I found it first. I'm the founding father.
Yeah, because second hit puts you in like tumble where you can jab block.
Yeah, and then you can jab block forward smash, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I would just go for the forward smash anyways because of the fact that most people aren't teching that.
Yeah, no, like the only person I've ever seen tech that was offline. It was PokePen. The only person I've ever seen tech that intentionally.
Well, yeah.
This is fucking
Yeah.
PokePen. Like,
I mean, yeah. I mean, once you know Yoshi, like you know he's gonna like if
if he's coming at
you
you,
either
know.
you either push back early or you don't, and it's like it's a whatever. Keep going. We're done with this conversation. Charizard
Alright.
mindsets, whatever.
Well then, I don't want to take this. I don't have this take too long. I'm trying to keep this like under an hour and see how it is.
Yeah.
But like,
We'll speed through this.
what are your goals for Smash Bros? Like, do you want to be ranked? Are you in it for fun? Like, did you have like any overall goals for your Smash career?
I want to be good. Everyone wants to be good. Everyone wants to be good. Everyone goes to sleep at night. At least at some point in their entire Smash career, they go to sleep at night, and they envision themselves at like Evo or whatever the fuck, and they envision themselves and all the hype and all their homies fucking backing on them
On
like,
stage, like grand final,
and
everyone's fucking
and you get
yeah.
you get this dope comeback versus like Tweak or
Yeah.
Leo or something. Like everyone's thought it, right? Like, of course, yeah, of course. I want that. Am I gonna get that? No, and that's the reality of it. I mean, I could. I don't keep it as a possibility, but I think the amount of importance I put into the game now, as much as I should, and probably the way I think about the game and how I learn, definitely will not put me there. So no, I just do it to have fun. And I do it to be a person. I want to be known. That's my biggest thing.
I really want to be known. Like,
I want to be known.
I want people to
And
be
I
like,
think-
yo, shit, that's Cosmo, bro. Fuck. Like, he's here, bro.
I think-
like,
I think I've like achieved it almost. I'm like close, right? Like, what's the next step? Being Twitter famous?
well, like everyone in BC knows you.
Everyone, yeah. I literally go to like a Battle BC major. Everyone go, hey, yo, Tim, what's good? And then, bruh, everybody knows me in BC. Every single person, and it's like, I mean, that's enough for me. I just want to be known.
Well, I guess we'll sorry to cut you off, but I guess it leads me into like my next
Yeah.
question was like, what kind of impact do you hope to have on the community?
What kind of impact I hope to have on the community?
And also, oh, let me add to that.
Yeah.
If you've already done anything to impact the community, like what is it? And then what kind of impact has the community had on you?
Holy, 50 minutes left for this. What kind of impact has the community had on me? What have I done? Do I want to?
Don't worry about the time. Don't worry about the time. Just
I don't
answer it.
think I don't think I have to say that I want to. I think I have. The impact I guess the impact that I want to have is that I want it's going to sound really really ironic. I want to be everybody's best friend. I want people to like me, even though that's like it's like the opposite of like the whole persona of like that I put on.
Yeah.
No, I think the people that can like get past that and like know me as a person, like understand that like that's just a persona. And I want to mention also that like hugely like my online personality is like
Yeah,
massive more than like what I
I'm an asshole online. I'm gonna be honest. I'm kind of a dick.
yeah, I'm a dickhead. Yeah, I'm just a fucking
I'm a
asshole,
funny
like,
dickhead. Like,
Yeah. What impact have I made? Somebody said this the other day, and they said that I'm the face of PG. Like I basically ran it since I was like 15. Me and Machu. Do you know who Machu is?
sounds familiar, but I couldn't tell you.
Banjo player, probably one of the best in the world.
I wish I
Once
knew. Fuck.
he got flew out to Congo Saga, me and him and Devin, we ran PG and Bird, forgot Bird. We all ran PG together. And me and Bird were like the only people known, and then Machu moved down to Vancouver Island, and now and then Bird moved, and now like it's just me being the face of PG, even though I'm moving and I'm doing my own thing. But I don't know, that community to me is like my impact. That is like I helped make PG known. I helped
That's a huge impact, dude.
grow the community to what it is. Like there's 30 people going to every weekly. I've helped so much with PG and Northern BC esports as a whole, which was massive. Like that's really big, and that's what I want more than anything. Honestly, what I want out of Smash is for PG to like do well. I want my community, my small community, my small like 100,000 person city, 30 people going weekly community to like grow and be supported, and I never want it to die. I never want to see my community die. I've had more experiences in PG than I think I ever would have had in any other community ever. Like we're all the homies, we all like drink all the time. There's me and a couple of the boys went to like, nude beaches. Like it's just great all the time. All the experiences are just they're all funny. Like yeah, I don't know. Be ready for the PG. I'm releasing a video soon, the PG experience video,
I'm excited.
and
I
it'll
want to watch
just
it.
be the whole PG community. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. That's my impact, I guess, and that's what I want my impact to be, and that's the impact I've made.
I would love to go to a PG local post COVID.
I would love to go. I would love for you to go. I would love everyone to go to a PG. We were gonna host a regional actually, and it got canceled because of COVID in August. But
Fuck.
I don't know, more time to prepare, I guess. Yeah.
And
Any more?
what impact has the community had on you?
What impact has the community had on me? That's my whole life, bro.
Yeah.
That's like everything I've ever had in my life is everyone.
I
All of
mean,
you
the
guys.
majority of your teen years have been dedicated to it.
The majority, yeah, my entire life, honestly. My whole friend group is, except for like 2 people, is fucking Smash Bros. My fiance I met through basically Smash Bros. Like every single thing in my entire life is like through Smash Bros. I would have never gotten into speedrunning if it wasn't for Smash Bros. I would have never fucking I don't know, anything, literally anything in my life. Every single part of my entire life is like where I'm at now because of Smash. Like I don't know. I actually cannot thank the Smash Bros community enough, even though they are being very cringe as of COVID started hitting. But
It is what it
I,
is, bro.
I
Some
cannot, yeah,
weirdos.
I cannot thank enough for like everybody in the community. I think, yeah, that's the greatest part about Smash in general is just the people in the community, and it's just so much more than like you ask for all the time, and that's like that's sincerely like the dopest part.
I got one last question for you. If there's
Yeah.
one thing you would say to the entire Smash community as a whole, what would it be? You can take your time on this one. Don't worry. It's a big
I
question.
can take my time on this one.
Big
If I could say
question.
anything to the entire Smash Bros community, what can I say? Whoo! That's so loaded. Are we counting like all the shitters on Twitter?
Yeah, everyone.
Every single person that could hear me that
Ev-
plays Smash Bros.
Every single picture that every single person in the community is in front of you right now, and they're listening to
And
everything
I'm
you have to say.
speaking,
Yeah.
I think I'll say a multitude of things here.
Yeah, say
We'll
whatever
start
whatever
with
you want.
number one. One, for the kids out there, I think do not put Smash Bros in front of school. I think me myself I didn't graduate, and then I had to go back because of how much time I had mentally put into Smash. Very unhealthy, very very unhealthy. But I think that's definitely one thing to say. I think two, I don't know. I don't know. Like that. Like I said before, thank you. I guess for like everyone being so friendly and being nice. Like I feel like I could fly to Miami and have like a free house. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
Like
if you went
you
to
ever
like you could
think
go
about stuff
anywhere.
like that?
Yeah,
You
you
can
could
go anywhere
people
and
will
just
take you in.
join, and people will take you in, and that's dope. Like that is so cool. Like there is nothing else in the entire world that has that kind of connection and that like feeling.
Every other esports community is so fucking toxic. Like every other one I've seen is incredibly toxic, and like I couldn't imagine like being in another community, like say like doing like competitive Counter Strike, and you're like, hey man, I'm flying out. Could I stay at your house? Like they'd be like, no, bro. Like get a
They'd be
fucking
like,
hotel.
you're weird. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
dude. I couldn't imagine doing that. That's
Yeah,
like such a
sure.
Smash thing to do.
Yeah, no, I don't know. That's it. That's basically it. I don't want to say anything cringe because I think everything that is cringe within the Smash community is to each their own person, and it's super personal. I think mainly anyways, where it's like yeah, you have your opinion, but that's you. Like a lot of the bad things in Smash Bros. In terms of the community is subjective, so I don't think I have anything to speak on that. Um,
I mean, personally, I feel like I have a lot of choice words for a lot of people in the community, but I also
I
understand
mean,
that
yeah, but
I
like they do what they want. Even if like somebody who is fucked up, like okay, we'll just address the elephant in the room here. You cannot call every single smasher a pedophile just because a couple people were very sus about
yeah.
it, right? You cannot call the whole Smash community a bunch of ungrateful pieces of shit just because a large group on Twitter, you know? What about all the people that didn't speak up about like Pokemon today? What about all the people that didn't speak up about, whatever it was, Skyward Sword, whatever? Like I don't know. Like you can't that's what I mean like subjective. Like I don't have anything to be like, "Hey, like Smash Bros fans, you guys should all act this certain way," because it's not every Smash Bros fan. It's just
Yeah, so like I understand, like so for me, it's like while I do have a lot of choice words for a lot of people in the community, I also understand that everyone's different. People are going to be people. Like
yeah.
you can't have people behave a certain way because you want them to. Like
Yeah, and
everyone's
people are
different.
going to do things
And like I know
not
it's like
because
so like
a lot
sorry.
a lot of people don't want to hurt other people, right? Like what the things they think are for the better of the world, whether they are or are not objectively, and 90% of the things that people are doing things for are for the betterment of others or for the betterment of whatever, right? Like they're not doing it to be bad people. They are just being bad people. It's not who they are mentally. Like yeah, and I think that's a big thing that I think that's my message to Smashers actually, is that people do things for good reasons to them and not to you. And I think you need to really realize that. And I think that's a massive thing to mature and learn from, is that understanding that people are doing good things that they think are good things even though you think it's a bad thing, and that's not something that you should impede on, and it's only negative to you and yourself, because a lot of these things are things that don't there's obvious objective differences in that talk that you technically can be like, okay, yeah, well that's fucked up, like don't be a
Yeah.
pedophile obviously, but
No, man, I 100% agree with you. Like for me personally, like while I try to do my best to, encourage good things in the community, I'm sure there's people looking at me like, what a fucking asshole, like what a fucking punk. Like I'm sure I
yeah,
know people
like
don't like me. Like it's
all
just
I
how it
do
is. Not everyone's gonna
yeah
like you.
all I do is just be a dick to people. I've said questionable things to a lot of people online. I drink all the time, and I'm not even good. I'm like seriously, I'm like tutuing at Wi-Fi tournaments, like, and like I don't know. I'm just saying like whatever. Whatever.
I respect it, man.
I think 90% of the yeah. I think people just care a lot more than they should in terms of how that is. But yeah. Oh,
Well, that is the last question I had for you. If chat has any questions, now is your chance. Now that I'm actually looking at chat. But yeah, I mean, I 100% agree with you. I think that people are just doing what they've been taught is good. Like,
yeah, and exactly. And it's no wrong to them, right? Like they don't have like if you're influenced to think something, you're going to do something.
like
That's
most people who do bad things, like, well, I don't want to say people do bad things, but like in the Smash community specifically, most people who like aren't really don't have, or I feel like I'm struggling to word this properly without sounding like an asshole. I feel like most people who don't really do, I'll say, don't do the good things, aren't doing it because they don't want to. It's because they just don't know.
exactly. And yeah, I mean, like what can you do? I think trying to inform people is in a right or a wrong scenario, and I don't think
I mean, who am I to know what's right?
who's to judge, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
who am I to know what's right? Like,
who's to be the one to make the judgment on your call? And I think a lot of people don't think like that. I think a lot of people go, well, he's wrong. Somebody needs to tell him. But like, who are you to say that he's wrong, right? Like, what do you know any better? You were.
just another person, dude.
This isn't a yeah. Hey, Oba. This isn't a who. This is like a general statement, more or less.
Yeah, this is like generally just kind of about everyone. Is like, well, I do what I think is good, and my brain, like, obviously, I'm gonna do what my brain thinks is right, and I'm right because I'm me. That's just what I think. That's why I'm me. There are
Exactly.
people who are gonna think I'm wrong, and that's just like
I
it's
have a
just,
best friend. I have a best friend who's the guy? Tim
it's
Ward
Tim.
Baby.
Yeah, Tim Moore, bro. Check his Twitter. It's in the Twitch. Uh,
Hello, hi.
the face of PG.
Obadashi. I'm the face of BC at this point. Let's be honest. There's a point where like I think I'm just gonna mention this. I'm straying away from everything else. I just want to say this before we end off here. I think there's a point where people get popular because like they like make one good tweet and then they become like Twitter popular or they're a good player, right? That's your two forms of popularity in the Smash community, right? Is like you make a good tweet and you pop off and everyone thinks like, hey, like this guy's funny, I want to follow him, and he makes funny tweets. Like I don't know who's in a good example. You see him on Twitter all the time.
All the
Lots
time.
of kids
All the
like
time.
that. All the kids, yeah, right. Or you're a good player. That's how you're popular, right? Tim Ward, solely popular based on making friends underground and spreading my circle larger. I'm doing
That's
this.
goated, bro.
I'm just like, bro, who does it better than me? Seriously, no one. Who has a bigger circle than me based off the underground region? No one. I'm just saying, I don't know. Tim Ward, baby.
For me, honestly, I would like to say I'm not. I mean, I have exactly 390 Twitter followers. I
You
wouldn't
have more than me. I don't
really.
know how.
Well, it's what I do. The way I get, like, I call them. I
Yeah.
just get like friends. So like, I'll play someone in bracket. Like, dude, like you're fucking good. Like, I'll follow you on Twitter. I'd like to play again sometime, and they'll follow me back. And then
I think I'm too controversial for that.
I
I think this guy likes big houses. I'm
mean,
not
his name
gonna
is Big
lie.
Houses, bro.
I mean, dude, I love big houses for real. Yeah.
And just like, I just try to interact with people in the community. Like, I just try to be nice to people. I mean, while I am a
Me too.
dickhead, but
Well, I mean, let's be honest. Like, I think I'm way harsher than you are.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm overly nice.
how many times have you seen a Smash GG and been like, oh, maybe that's Tim? For me, it's every time. If I see somebody screenshot like a Smash GG chat, they post it, scared, bro. Scared I'm gonna get canceled for real.
I'm always nice as fuck. I'm always nice as fuck in my Smash GG chats. Miles asked. I know Miles in real life. He asked if you're a pro smasher.
Miles, is he IRL friend?
Yeah.
Not a Smash Bros player.
No, he's not. No, he sucks at Smash Bros.
Oh yeah, I'm pro then. I'm
Yeah.
absolutely pro. Absolutely 100%.
No, you're not, Miles. I will run you any day of the
Miles is.
week.
I actually believe that Miles is good. I think you're just lying.
He's not that bad. Miles, I would love to play.
Seriously,
I would love to
run me
play
in
Miles.
chess.
No, Miles is fucking god tier at chess. He fucks my shit up.
Sounds like Caden, bro. Oh my god.
All right, but any more questions from chat before I close this off?
Yeah. You
Miles
think
has a good
Smash
question for you.
Esports will ever become as big as League or CS:GO? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Not even close. I think. Oh man, this question would get me the solid 30 minutes as we go here. I'll just simplify it. Um, not just because Nintendo doesn't promote Smash, but I don't think any fighting game will get as big as a multiplayer team-based game in general. More players to love, better teams that have better money, no matter what. It'll always have better money. And I'm just gonna name drop Tencent. Will always have 10 million times more money than everyone else. So, what's my rank in Valorant? Actually, I don't play Valorant because I hate the game. So,
I'm silver 1.
okay, yeah, jeez. What about Riot's fighting game? I'm actually pretty excited for it.
Riot? Wait, like Riot's like the guys who made Valorant? Yeah.
League of Legends.
They're making a
Valorant,
fighting
yeah.
game?
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that. No.
They're making an MMO too.
Kind of excited. Yeah, no, I'm
So no, here's Miles. Here's what I think. I think that they would make. I don't know how many fighting games you've played. I'm gonna assume not very many. I assume that Riot will make a free-to-play fighting game because all of their games are free-to-play because they make the most money off it, and they bank off in-game purchase items. When you do that in a fighting game, it dies very quickly. I don't know how they would do it. I think the hardest part for Riot to do here is to make a fighting game that, like, it can be free to play, but like I don't know. I think it'd be very hard.
I want to input on this real quick. I think
Yeah.
I think while we do expect it to die if that's what they do, I think we can tell based off like how they did Valorant, where like it's basically like a mix of like CS:GO and Overwatch, where I think they did the skin system even better in that game, where it's not like a big trading market, but people
What are
still
they gonna
love
do?
the skins.
But what are you gonna do with a fighting game? You think it's gonna be skin based?
I have no idea what they're gonna
Character
do.
unlock based? I don't know. I just think in
But
a fighting game they've done stuff like that.
I
And
mean,
it's called Brawlhalla. And that game
Brawlhalla
is
sucks,
dead.
bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think
This guy's talking about a Rolly.
with Riot Games is I don't know how they're gonna do it,
A Rolly.
but I think they can do it well. I think, well, I have no idea how they're gonna do it. I think they're a really good marketing team, and while it's not impossible for them to fucking kill it. I mean, it's very possible for them to fucking kill it. I think it's also very possible they do it well.
I do agree that I think they could do well, and I really do have hope, but I just think knowing Riot, I don't know. We'll find out.
Well, either way, I think that is probably gonna be it for this interview.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Dylan, aka Cosmo, aka new tag incoming.
Well, big thank yous, Tim, for being on. I appreciate you coming out here on a Friday.
I'm glad to be the first person on here, and I hope to see more from you and your Smash Talk series.
Thank you. I'm gonna try to do it weekly, and no matter how stressful it is, I'll get it done. But yeah, I think that's it. For everyone in chat, I also stream every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is also 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or 12 a.m. Sorry.
Can I shut up?
Go for it, bro. Shout out whatever you want to shout out.
I would love to shout out my own Twitter at TimBMGWard, and I would love to shout out Beast Mode Gaming's Twitter at BeastModeOrg, and I would love to shout out Prince George Smash on Facebook. And more than that, I would just like to shout out everyone else in my entire life, and all the homies and all the boys and everyone that I can. That's all.
Yeah, anything else
Send
of
her
yours
off.
you want to plug? Like I know you plugged your Twitter, but like is there anything else you want to plug at all or?
Yeah, I do actually. Alright. I would love to plug Spotify, Apple Music, and SoundCloud, or no, Spotify and Apple Music, DogChain, and on SoundCloud, Wisdom of Tristan. That's all my music that I make, and my whole rap group collective. I would love you guys. Yeah, I would absolutely love if more people got into it. That'd be dope.
For
That's it.
sure.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that is going to be it for the stream. I appreciate everyone coming out. If you would like to watch this again, it is going to be, it's going to be I'm going to have the VOD of it on Twitch, but also I'm going to be uploading it onto my YouTube channel, which is also down below. You can check that out. I do weekly uploads. And yeah, I think that's going to be it. I appreciate you all coming out. I hope you all have a great rest of your night. I will see you all next week. Goodbye, Tim.
Bye.